Brian, obviously a big game. The biggest concern is clearly the teams that you won't have. How are you approaching that?
Players.
The players. Could be 8, could be 9.
Next man up. You guys have heard me say that like 8 million times. No MLS season. Maybe this one in particular, because I don't know if you did the research on lineups, and it doesn't look good.
I think you have used one lineup twice.
Yeah, and so it's next man up. I'll give you some positive news though, Break, because you guys are the diehards here, Jeremiah and Nico. Stewie Hawkins looks good. He's in full training. So there's another body that I can maybe partially use. But we're going to have some call-ups. I'm talking to Craig right now, and Henry and Corey and all that. We'll get some call-ups, and, we'll make do.
I mean, it's such a great system that you have here, where you already have, the Tacoma Defiance guys that could potentially be called up, that practice with you. They understand the system. They understand what you want. Does that just make you more confident that any of the guys that you might need are going to perform?
Well, yeah, it does. It gives me confidence that they've been involved. They still have to bump up a level. It is a level higher, or 2, depending on who you're talking to. So there is that jump. The Snyder, situation against Vancouver, and then, the next run out that he had, all of that, it does take some time. But look, what I understand, what I know, is that anybody that's called up, any player, any young guy that's called up, that's had a taste of what it's like to be on the first team, what are they going to bring? They're going to bring excitement, they're going to be fired up, they're going to bring energy, and that's half the battle.
You mentioned Snyder. It sounded like there was some serious discussions about trying to keep him. What can you say about all that went into the decision-making and the process?
Nothing. That's U.S. soccer. I'll dig into it because we need him. But, that's a U.S. It's an international window. It's an international break.
And so from your perspective, was it as simple as if U.S. Soccer insists on having him, then we need to give him?
Well, that's the rule.
Okay.
It's not my understanding. We can't fight those international windows anymore.
You gave us the good news. What are the news on Kim Ki-hee? We didn't see him out there. Is he okay?
They're doing further tests on his calf. They did an MRI. He's got a mass in there that took him out. That's kind of troubling, and we can't seem to get that to stay kind of normal. But they're doing a bunch of other tests, blood tests, clots, everything. Just they're trying to do a full, complete examination. That's not the word I'm searching for. Yeah, workup of exactly what could be wrong, what is wrong. So I'll probably have information later in the week, but I wouldn't expect it for this game.
How would you assess JP's availability?
JP?
Yeah.
João Paulo?
Yeah.
Good. He's going to have to play. And he's loving it. I can tell already at training. He's fired up.
Danny Leyva is another player who it seems like is going to have a big role to play in this one. What kind of opportunity is it for him to get some real minutes?
Big. We've been playing him up a line. Right now we have a lot of options up a line, so he's going to have to play back a line. And it's a good game for him to prove that he can play both positions.
Not to push you too far back, but it seemed like the Portland game, I mean, it wasn't like a legendary win, but it was one that was very professional, very greedy, very
cathartic.
What you needed to get out of
Cathartic.
it. Now that you've been
I had
able
a great 2 days off.
So now that you've been able to digest it, what are some of the great things that kind of came out of that?
Well, some of the work that we were doing defensively paid off, because I told you guys we were leaking soft goals. But the overall tactical team defending was good. And so that made me happy. Should we have scored a couple more? Could we have scored a couple more? Yes, but that's always the most challenging thing to do in our sport. But we were creating chances. So Steph having a good game, not just a save, but playing out from the back. The team defending, the intensity metrics. You can talk to the fitness guys. That was Albert Rusnak's highest in his entire MLS career. You guys can go verify that because they're verifying that. That's what they think. at team totals as far as VHID, HID, intensity norm, sprint distance, distance covered, highest game of the year. And that's a great way to kind of inch our way closer to the playoffs, playing in meaningful games like that. So they were the right opponent, the right time, and thank God we won.
Given all that, is it a little easier to, go easy on Albert for that challenge at the end there, where it's like he's trying to make a play?
Albert's the nicest guy in the world. It was an unfortunate, he was a little late because he was trying to get in front of the guy, but he was a little late. And no, I'm not pissed at Albert. No, I'm not.
So that's not one of those ones that you chalk up, because we've had a lot of red cards, obviously. That's not
the shirt over the head.
Very different category, in other words.
Different category.
Obviously, RSL is missing a few players, not as much as you are, but what do you expect out of them coming here into Lumen?
They're desperate. They have to win. To win their last 2 games. So, and look, I like Pablo. I know there's been things in their season and how's it gone. He started off. He had some good moments here in the last couple of years. Is he feeling it? Is he under any sort of pressure? I don't know, but I like him. I think he's a good coach. He does a good job with the players that he has. He's grounded in common sense and toughness, kind of like me. So I like him. He's going to have his team ready.